the day of Origin 1, which means here in the Man Cave, all we can think about is rugby league, which is pretty much the same as every other week. We're, of course, talking today about holding NRL Fantasy for Round 12 and for Origin. Two competitions running concurrently on the website is fantasy.nrl.com. You can win $500 for high scores in each of the Origin games and also $500 weekly. As always, for the Round 12 games, fantasy.nrl.com. Get the apps. It's either on iPhone or Android. Really easy to play. As you may have noticed, Chris Kennedy, not in the Man Cave once again. He's lording it over all of us still. He's with the New South Wales Blues camp. He is up in Brisbane right now and he joins me live via Skype. We just saw Ronnie Palmer walk in the background, so we know that Chris has got his finger on the pulse. Now, Christopher, let's start with the big scorers from round 11. Some big names, and one of the biggest there who scored really well, Sonny Bill Williams.
Well, yeah, fortunately, a lot of the guys we've been talking about for the bye round coverage put in good scores during the round where a lot of teams are unavailable. Sonny Bill Williams probably led the way, I think around 87. I've been saying for a while to get him into the bye rounds. He's been underperforming the weeks leading into it, but luckily when we really needed it, he became good.
Who else have we got there on the big scorers? A few of the big names?
Sam Burgess, I had as captain. He's another one I've been saying to Mike for the last few weeks. 64, he scores a first try of the match. His brother George is another one I had on the buy list coming into this, and he got I think close to 60. Anthony Milford, he's going to tail off towards the end of the bye period because he misses a few games, but he got 80 on last week and now another good score on the weekend as well.
I don't want to talk about Anthony Milford. James Tedesco, one of my favourite players, is leaving my team to go to the Raiders, so we'll just skip over that and we'll go to the strugglers because I'm in a bad mood now. Who didn't score this week or this week gone too well?
Well, there's another one I've had as a buy coming into this period, which is Tim Lappy, the Bulldogs centre, because he was going to play all the major buy rounds. Only 11 points for him. He managed to get himself sin-binned at the end of the game, spent some time off the field and didn't do much while he was on there, let a few coaches down. James Maloney actually played alright, so he laid on 2 tries, but he didn't do much else and didn't get the best score. I still think he's going to be a good asset over the buy period. James Graham was carrying a bit of an injury. He's a definite hold. I think he'll come good. But yeah, there are a few low scores from the buy-relevant players.
You talk about holds and you talk about sells now. It's a really complicated time of year depending on what your aim is in holding NRL Fantasy. There's 4 teams that have got the bye this week. There was a whole bunch last week as well. We'll run through them. Tigers, my team, the Bulldogs, the Sharks and the Titans. Now, how do you go about, I mean, this is my first year of playing fantasy. How do you go about, or how do I go about getting the best scores when half the teams aren't playing half this over the next 6 or 10 weeks?
Well, yeah, the first thing you need to look at is what your strategy is. If you just want to beat your mates in your head-to-head league, then you're probably not going to be playing on rounds 11, 14 and 17. You can afford to not worry too much about Origin and hold those, those Parrot players, Manly players, Brisbane players through that period because they're not going to be, the games they miss, you won't be playing head-to-head games anyway. But for overall coaches, obviously to maximise your points in those big buy rounds, then you're looking at Origin players for Bulldogs, Souths, Tigers, those sorts of clubs. But we've got a good buy analysis on our website and just check the schedule when you're looking at which players to pick up.
So if you're looking to get a share of that 50 grand, that means you've got to go with a strategy and pick that up off the website.
Yeah, absolutely. Just head to NRL.com and Lone Scout's done a good analysis of kind of how the buys fall and what your strategy is and which teams are the ones to look at.
It is a seriously complicated thing, this holding NRL Fantasy. Now, your best buys for this week are quite similar to previous weeks, and the cream always rising to the top, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably a good week to hold your trade rage and just stick with what you've got because all those players who were on the buy last week are coming back. So if you've got guys like Jamie Lyons back from injury and a lot of these kind of fantasy relevant players, so unless your team's really struggling or you need to fix it up, try and not make too many trades this week. Having said that, young Mitch Cornish debuted for the Raiders on the weekend. He only got a couple of points, but he was only on the field for a few minutes. If he gets to start anytime soon, he'll be a hugely popular pickup. Moses and By, the half from the Bulldogs, he's going to play a couple more games over the bye period. Might be a little bit of a downgrade option. But on the big sort of end of the scale, Sonny Bill Williams, James Maloney, James Graham, Nathan Tolman, these big guns from the teams that play the big buy rounds are going to be good pickups. Jared Kennedy from the Raiders looks like he's jumped up in the pecking order. He's got a try the weekend in a pretty good 47. Looks like he's going to keep starting, so he might be a little bit undervalued and a decent pickup as well.
There is nothing that you do not know about holding NRL Fantasy, just rattling names off. Well, how did you go in round 11? I haven't asked you that.
Yeah, not too bad actually. I managed to get 15 on the field. I forget what the score was, but it's sort of in 800 vicinity, so not too bad for 15 players.
No big deal, just 800, no big deal at all. Yeah, that's why you're the guru, Christopher. Now, enjoy the game tonight. I noticed you've got the retro Blues jersey on, which I like. If you can engineer a Blues victory, that'd be good, buddy.
Yeah, well, all fingers and toes crossed. We're heading over there nice and early to get settled in and get the lay of the land. So fingers crossed for a Blues victory.
All right, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
First lockout for this week, of course, is 7:45 p.m. when at the foot of the mountains, the Panthers host the Eels. Head to fantasy.nrl.com to win, as I said, $500 weekly and a share in $50,000. Good luck.
Rate, comment, and subscribe, and New South Wales won. Good on you. See ya.